Okay, have you ever really thought about how your face, the very thing that makes you, well, you, is actually built? Today, we're going to decode this incredible biological blueprint that sculpts all our features. It's a story that's written in our DNA long, long before we're even born.
Right? We all do it. You look in the mirror and you see this perfect little mosaic of your parents' features. And it might feel like some kind of genetic lottery, but it's actually this beautifully organized system. And we are about to find out exactly how it all works. You bet. I mean, think about it. How does our genetic code, which is really just a simple string of four letters, translate into the complex, three-dimensional landscape of a human face? For decades, this has been a huge puzzle for scientists. So let's start with that central mystery, the one big question that really sits at the heart of all of this. We know our DNA holds all the instructions, for sure, but the actual process, the mechanism that builds a nose right here and a lip over there, that has been a complete black box. How do millions of tiny, tiny cells know where they're supposed to go and what they're supposed to become? Well, to crack this code, a team of researchers went on this absolutely incredible mission to map the embryo and literally watch the face form, cell by single cell. This whole investigation was led by Dr. Marketa Kauka and her team at the famous Max Planck Institute. They took on this just monumental task of tracking the very origins of the face, one individual cell at a time. And the scale of their work, it was just, wow. The team meticulously mapped and analyzed nearly 60,000 individual cells in mouse embryos. I mean, that staggering level of detail is exactly what allowed them to see something that nobody had ever seen before. So their mission was super methodical, really precise. They basically created a kind of time-lapse movie, but at the cellular level, tracking where all the cells were and what genes they were using at different points in development. This incredibly detailed map, that was the key to unlocking the whole mystery. And this map, it led to a huge breakthrough discovery, a totally radical new idea that turns everything we thought we knew completely on its head. They called it the molecular zip code. Now, to get this, we need to meet the key players here, the facial mesenchyme. The best way to think of these is as the construction workers of the face. They're this mass of undifferentiated cells, kind of like a big supply of clay that will eventually form all of our facial bones and cartilage. And here it is, the revolutionary idea. These cells, they're not just passive clay waiting around for instructions. No, they come with their own internal GPS. The team found that they run what are called positional programs, these unique genetic signatures that give each and every cell a specific address. Get this, the cell knows where it is long before it has any idea what it's going to become. It's incredible. So it's literally like every cell has a zip code that says, hey, you are destined for the upper lip, or you're in the nostril zone. And this pre-programmed map exists way before any of these features are even visible. It's a blueprint embedded inside the cells themselves. Okay, so this discovery in mouse embryos is totally fascinating, but how does it connect to us, to humans? Well, the answer would end up overturning a long-held scientific belief. For years and years, the main belief was that external signals, signals coming from the developing brain or skin, were what sculpted the face. They were telling these passive cells what to do. But this discovery just flips that idea completely. The cells themselves are in charge. They've already got the map. And here is the real aha moment. When the researchers overlaid their super detailed mouse map with these huge databases of human genetic studies on facial shape, the result was a perfect match. The very same genes known to control little variations in our faces were overwhelmingly active in those exact same zip codes. The link was absolutely undeniable. So, what are the profound implications of finding this hidden map inside our own cells? What does this all mean for us? This is the crucial part. This discovery really changes everything. It finally explains how you can inherit your mother's nose and your father's chin because different zip codes are controlled by different sets of genes. It pinpoints the exact cells responsible for all that facial variety and, maybe most critically, helps us understand the origins of craniofacial disorders like cleft lip or palate, linking them right back to these fundamental positional programs. And, in the true spirit of science, the team didn't just publish their findings and call it a day. They built an open-access online atlas, which lets any scientist in the world explore this data. They can look up a gene and see exactly where and when it's active in the developing face.
It's just a huge gift to medicine and to biology.
And so we come full circle. That big mystery of how our unique faces are built, well, it's pretty much solved. It's not some external artist sculpting a piece of clay. Instead, the clay itself holds the blueprint. Our faces are built from the inside out by millions of tiny cells that already know the plan.
And this just leaves us with a fascinating final thought. We've cracked the code for the face. So what's next? The heart? The limbs? This discovery really opens up a whole new frontier in understanding how we're built, one molecular zip code at a time.